elastic load balancer. Okay, this is the most important topic in AWS. Okay, so I'll start with the auto scaling part. Okay, then I'll cover elastic load balancer. So here you can see that Amazon EC2 auto scaling help you to ensure that you have the correct number of Amazon EC2 instance available to handle the load for your application. It's create group of EC2 instance that can scale up and scale down the capacity when it's required. Okay, here you can see that auto scaling. Here I'm saying that Amazon EC2 scaling. Okay, why I'm saying Amazon EC2 in scaling, because here I'm using auto scaling for the instance. So okay, because you can use auto scaling for the different resources, AWS resources. So like when you go in database section, then you can use in auto scaling there also. Okay, and there are multiple of resources available that support auto scaling. Okay, so right now I'm just using auto scaling with EC2 instance, so that's the reason I'm calling EC2 auto scaling. Okay, what exactly auto scaling doing? Okay, it's provide you group of EC2 instance. Okay, to run your application. Okay, so it's have a capacity to scale up or scale down your resource. Okay, when it's required. Okay, so whenever it's required to scale up means you need extra resources. Okay, then what auto scaling doing? It's providing the extra resources, and when it's not required, then what is auto scaling doing? It's terminating that resources. Okay, so here you can see that there are two instances. Okay, that minimum size is uh, two instances. Okay, okay, and here you can see that the scale out as a needed. Okay, so I have been launched my website or running my application with two instances. Okay, but I have required after a few days or after some time, I required more than two instances. In that case, what auto scaling doing? Auto scaling providing two instances or as per my requirement. Okay, here the only learning purpose I have attached to instance. So as per your requirement, it will be up the multiple instances. Okay, so after that, that maximum size is with 4 CPU. It means 4 instances. Okay, so now come to the auto scaling components. Okay, so there are three main components for the auto scaling group. Okay, auto scaling, whenever you are doing auto scaling in your AWS account, then you have to configure the three things. Okay, there are three components. Okay, the first one is launch configuration. So in launch configuration, you mentioning what type of instance create when it's required. It means whenever you require extra amount of resource from AWS, then what type of whether you need to be created. Okay, here you can decide. Okay, so you are creating T2 match with this need to be attached to this instance. Okay, these things are you need to mention in launch configuration. Okay, and second one is auto scaling group. Okay, in auto scaling group you can decide how many instances need to be created when it's required. It means you can mention minimum or maximum size of limitation. Okay, so when you require it means a resource application required a more instance or more capacity from AWS, then what is the minimum amount and what is the maximum amount? Why you have to set minimum and maximum amount? Okay, later we will discuss also in lab. Okay, that you can better understand. And third one is scaling policy. Okay, so auto scaling is depends on scaling policy only. It's decide when scale up and when scale up, scale down the capacity. So scaling policy only decide when resource gonna scale up or when resource gonna scale down. Okay, so these type of things you have to remember. Okay, so let me come to the lab. Okay, I'll show you. So auto scaling come in EC2 in only. So you have to choose EC2, and below here you can see that auto scaling, launch configuration and auto scaling. I already told you about the launch configuration. In launch configuration, what you are mentioning here, you can see that you are mentioning what type of instance you want to create, okay, and what is the configuration. And auto scale group, it means how many instance going to be create, okay. So we will do from here, okay, so in the lab, okay. So firstly I'm just creating launch configuration, okay. And you can for the example you can also understand, okay, suppose you have a one website, okay, and that have a capacity to handle thousands of requests per day or per second, okay. So initially when your website is it means new, okay, and it's not popular, then hits are very low. And once your website is got popular, then the multiple users are accessing your website, it means that hits are coming more than it means as per your expectation, like that server having thousands hits per second, but now it's 700 or 800s are coming. In that case what you need to do, if you are on physical server, okay, then you need to add some capacity. Why? Because if you are not add the capacity, then your server will deny the request, okay. So time to time you have to update the resource, and after some time it's again your it means a user or a few peoples are visiting your place. Then in that case what happening, if you are adding extra resources, then it totally waste, okay. But what auto scaling and in cloud, or what auto scaling providing, it's providing a scale up or a scale down capacity, okay. When it's required, it automatically scale up, and when it's not required, that automatically it goes down, okay. This is the main feature. Can you hear me? So here I am creating a launch configuration firstly. So here you can see that it's asking to select AMI type. So here I'm choosing that Amazon Machine Image 2. Okay, and it's asking for that instance type. Okay, and now it's asking for the launch configuration name. Here you need to mention the configuration name. So let me put auto auto scaling config. This is the name, okay. And here you can see that purchasing option for sport instances is also showing, okay. If you click here, then it will show you the pricing model of the sport instances on reason why, okay, as per availability zone. So here go with the on demand instances, so no need to choose. And you can attach IAM role also with the launch configuration. So this is existing group, it's not required right now. If you want to enable monitoring, okay, then you can enable, and you can add a monitoring part also. So by CloudWatch you can monitor your instance utilization. So here I'm not adding any monitoring tools, because we have a separate class for the CloudWatch, okay. So in that we will cover that what is CloudWatch and how it's working, okay. Now click on advanced details, okay. In advanced details you can add a bootstrap scripts, okay. So what kind of resource or what kind of application gonna install. So here I'm installing bingo slash bin where I have to put this content. So, HTML. So let me cross verify. Sudo echo, this is the auto scaling demo service. Putting /var whtml and x.html. Okay, so I have put in given that bootstrap script. Okay, now click on next. Here it's asking to choose your volume. Okay, so we all, and now it's asking to choose your security group. So I'll choose existing one. Okay, so I'm just choosing demo security group, and that port is allowed HTTP, HTTPS, and SSH. Review and create. That demo keeper I have been used. Create launch configuration. Okay, so I have been successfully launched that configuration. Now it's asking to create auto scaling group also. Okay, so here you can see that you can create auto scaling group by here also. Okay, so here I'm creating. Okay, now just put the auto scaling group name. So this is auto scaling group. This is auto scaling group. Okay, and we have been created one auto scaling configuration. So that's the reason name is showing auto scaling configuration. Okay, here you can see that it's asking how many instance you want to start. Okay, so I already told you in definition. Here you can mention how many instance you require. You can mention how many instance you want to up. Okay, so by default it's one showing, but let me create two. So I have been created. It means once that scaling group is done, then two instance will be up in your account. Okay, so now it's showing that network. So by default that VPC is showing default VPC because I haven't created any custom VPC. So I'll choose default one only. Okay, and here you can choose multiple subnets. Okay, why? Because if the one availability zone is down, then the data is still accessible on other availability zone. So that's the reason you need to choose multiple availability zone. Okay, so it's a very rare chance, but for the scalability or high availability, you need to choose the multiple availability zone. Okay, so here I have been chosen four availability zone. Okay, now come to the advanced details. Okay, so here you can see that load balancing. Okay, so here I am not using any load balancing. I'll cover this load balancing unit today only. Okay, this is a elastic load balancing we will cover today only, but here for the further time being I'm not adding any load balancing. Okay, I'll show you how to add the load balancer here also. So for the time being just leave it. So it's showing that health check once grace period. Okay, so at what time it will check the health check, it means what is the interval. Okay, so here by default is 300 second is showing, it means 5 minutes. So let me reduce this up to 60 second. Okay, so now after every 60 second it will check your instance health. Okay, now click on next. Okay, if here you can see that it's showing that keep this group at the initial size. If you choose this option, then here you can see that you have been chosen two instance. Then this auto scaling group will create with two instance only. There is no it means you have mentioned what is the CPU utilization and what cases that auto scaling will add your extra resources. Okay, so this is not a good practice to choose this one. You always choose use scaling policies. Okay, because you have to apply a scaling policy when it's required. I already discussed on that auto scaling policy. Okay, this is the policy which I am talking. So here you can mention the policy. So you can apply three type of policy. Okay, so First is simple policy or step policy. Okay, you can apply simple policy or step policy also. And third one is target tracking policy. We will do our lab in target tracing policy only, but for the learning purpose, I am telling you what is simple routing simple scaling policy and step scaling policy. Okay, okay. So here you can see that it's showing that increase group size. Okay, one second. So come to the here. Okay, here it's showing that scale between 2 and 2 instance. These will be minimum and maximum size of your group. It means here you have been mentioned 2 instance. It means your scaling group will up with 2 instance. Okay, and what is the desire? What is the maximum size when it's required? Here you have been mentioned. You can increase with the whatever amount you want. Here I have been put at 4. Okay, I can put 10 also, but it's not a good practice again. Why? Because if something went wrong in your instance, okay, and that load average is again and again going high, okay, then what auto scaling doing? It will automatically up multiple instances, okay, whenever it's required. In that case, what will happen? That cost will be going increase. So that is the reason we have to set the maximum amount of resource also. Okay, so that's the reason I have been put it for, because this is the not a production server, this is a demo server. Okay, so here you can see that it's showing that name, okay, and execute policy. So whenever for the execution policy, you have to add a alarm. Okay, so you need to create a alarm. Okay, here you can see that the first thing it's showing the notification. Okay, so whenever what notification do, whenever that auto scaling adding the any resource, then you will get a notification on your mail id that auto scaling have added one resource. Okay, and whenever it's auto scaling terminating that resource, you again got a notification. This it means that auto scaling have been removed this resource from your aws account. Okay, so we have a separate class for sns. This is called sns, simple notification service. So separate class for that. So here I'm not enabling, I'm just disable this option. Okay, so here you can see that there whenever in average, it's showing that average, minimum, maximum, sum, okay, and sample counts, okay, and cpu utilization. You can view utilization of a cpu disk. Okay, so these are the options available. Okay, so let me check cpu utilization. If cpu utilization goes 70% high, okay, that utilization up to 70%, then what auto scaling will do? Okay, suppose here you have been mentioned that if CPU utilization is greater than or equal to 70%, then what you need to do? Okay, so just up one instance. Okay, so here you can see that it's showing that for at least one, it means at least one and consecutive periods of 5 minutes. Okay, so it will each 5 minutes, every 5 minutes, it will check your instance whether the utilization is 70% or above the 70%. Okay, so like this you can, and then you can set the name of also, you can edit the name. Here I'm not editing. Okay, like this you can create a alarm. Okay, if you create here, you can see that that alarm has been created. Okay, okay, so now alarm has been created, and here you can see that I'm using simple routing policy. Okay, so that's the reason it's showing that okay, let me add. Okay, so let us scaling. So simple policy I am using. Okay, so here what you need to do, here you are mentioning when the cpu utilization is above 70%, then add one more instance. Okay, and then wait 300 seconds before showing another scaling activity. Okay, so what you are mentioning here, add one instance when it's required. Okay, so what it will do, whenever it's required, it will automatically up one instance. If again that added resources again using that utilization will also goes equal to 70% or above 70%, then again it will add one instance to your running server. Okay, but here you can see that there is one option also, that's set to add or set to. If you click on set to, then it will not going to add, it means in hierarchical format. Okay, it means whenever it's required only it add one cpu one instance more, one more instance, and it's not goes down also. Okay, so when capacity is suppose goes down, it's using now 50% or 40%, then what auto scaling need to decrease, then it's not going to do that also. Okay, because you have been set it for one instance only. So for the best practice, you have to choose add also only. Okay, so here you can mention that decrease group size. Okay, you can decrease in what cases you want to decrease. For that you have to again create one alarm. Okay, for that, so here you can choose that CPU utilization, and in what cases you want to decrease the size of instance. It means less than equal to 70%. Okay, because above, when it's required, in first alarm, when I created first alarm, over there I have mentioned that CPU utilization is greater than equal to, then just add one instance. Okay, and when you want to remove the instance, when CPU utilization is less than or equal to 60%. Okay, just mention 60%. Then what auto scaling do, whenever the server having equal less than or equal to 60% CPU utilization, then it will goes down one CPU, one added resources. Okay, it will terminate added resources. So like that you can add that alarm also. Okay, so this is simple auto scaling policy. Okay, and if you want to do a step policy, okay, in a step policy, here I have been already added one alarm. Okay, so here you can mention that add one CPU. Okay, when capacity is 70%, when capacity is 70%. Okay, and again you are mentioning 85%, 80%. Okay, again add one more instance when capacity goes 80%. Okay, again you can mention 90%. Okay, again you are saying that add one or two CPU or two instance when utilization is 90%. Okay, so like this you can mention that step policy also. Okay, you can set up, and likewise you have to mention in decrease group also. Okay, so when it is going to add and when it is going to down, you can mention in this policy. Okay, so this is the process only. Okay, so I'm just using the target. Now come to the target policy. Okay, I'll use the target policy only. So in target policy, here you can see that it's showing that the name is scaling group size. Okay, so matrix type, you have to define a matrix type. So here I'm using that there are three matrix. It's showing that its application load balancer is also there. Okay, we will discuss about what is application load balancer in elastic load balancer section. Okay, so you can monitor the three things: network in and network out, and CPU utilization. Okay, so I'm just checking average CPU utilization. So that's 70% of utilization. Okay, whenever CPU utilization equal to or above 70%, then what it will do, it will add one instance, and again that added instance having 70% utilization, then it will again add one instance up to four instance. This auto scaling can be added. Okay, so because I have been set the limited maximum size is 4. Okay, that instance need. Okay, so 70%. Okay, second to warm up. Here you can set that warm up time. Okay, so how much time it will take to warm up new added instance. Okay, and this is the main thing. Here you can see that disable scale in. It means you have been given the scale out policy. Okay, you have mentioned that when scale out the instance. Okay, if you select this option, then what auto scaling will do, it will not going to decrease once whatever the instance it's required. It means whatever the resource is added by auto scaling group, it's not going to delete when it's not required. Okay, if you select this option. Okay, so if you select this option, then it will work only for auto scale. It means scale out policy, not for scale in policy. So remember, you have to always uncheck this option. Now click on next. Okay, here you can see that it's showing that add notification. Okay, the same thing. This is the SNS service. Okay, so actually I have been created one SNS, so that's the reason it's showing my mail ID. Okay, so from here you can create a topic and you can create a new SNS service. Okay, so I don't want to choose any SNS service because this is a paid service. Okay, so and we have a separate it means class for this. Okay, close this. I'm not using any SNS service here. Now click on next. Okay, it's showing that name, put the tag. Okay, so it's it is auto scaling demo. Okay, so here you can see that it's showing that review. Okay, so auto scaling group, it's showing the detail about the auto scaling group. Okay, so what is the group name and what is the size you have been mentioned. This is the minimum size you have been mentioned, 2 instance, and maximum size you have mentioned that 4 instance. Okay, and what are the subnet you have been chosen. Here you can see that there are multiple subnet I have been chosen. Okay, and the health check grace period is 60 second. I have every 60 second it will check. After after every 1 minute it will check what is the utilization of CPU. Okay, and I have been attached that. Here you can see that AWS services role for auto scaling. Okay, so this is the and scaling policy you have been applied. Here you can see that scale group sizes, maintain matrix type, CPU utilization. Okay, target is 70% with 60 seconds of instance to warm up. Okay, so like this is the notification information and tag information. Okay, so no need to go. Now create. So now it has been successfully fully created. Okay, so now what okay, now let me check whether an instance is created by auto scaling group or not. Okay, so just come to the instance. Here you can see that 2 instances are creating. Okay, why? Because we have been said that minimum capacity is 2, and when it's required then it can be maximum size up to 4. Okay, so let me just okay, so let me check whatever the data I have been putted in bootstrap script. Okay, so it's working fine or not. Let me check with the public IP. Okay, so now it's showing this is the auto scaling demo or server which I have been putted. Okay, so now server is fine. Okay, so to verify whether it's this server is working fine or not. Okay, so whether the auto scaling which I have been configured, it's increasing the size of our instance or not when it's required. Okay, so for the testing purpose what I am doing, I'm just terminating this instance. Okay, and let us check whether it's automatically creating an instance or not. Okay, with the same value. Okay, with the same value which I have been put it. Okay, so I'm just terminating this instance. it automatically create one new instance. Okay, so it will take 60 seconds or to 5 minutes. Okay, it means that 300 seconds to up new instance. Wait for the time. It's getting shut down.
Iftikhar, one question. You said earlier like warm up timing like 60 seconds. What is that?
Yes. Warm up time is what warm up time, it means how much time it will take to up a new instance. Okay, it means what auto scaling doing, if it is required it will provide you new instance, because here I have been terminated one instance, then within a 60 second it will up new instance, and it will you can use that instance within a 60 second. Okay, so that is called warm up time, and that is cool up time is also there. Okay, so that is that is
So
the
we can
called
even
warm
keep
up.
it for like 1 second.
1 second you can put. Okay, but
Yeah.
okay, we will use 1 second also. Here you can see that within 60 second. Okay, so that another instance is automatic getting up. Okay, so sometimes somewhere that by default timing is mentioned by the AWS. Okay, so I haven't checked with 1 second. We will check that 1 second also. Okay, so no worry about that. Okay, so here you can see that.
We
Mhm.
also mentioned there is like in one particular section health grace period, right? So what is the health grace period?
So with health grace period, it means every you have mentioned that 60 second. It means
Yes.
every 60 second it will check it will check auto scaling health check. Okay, whether all the server is, it means whatever the amount you have mentioned that in 70% resource utilization, it will check that thing. Okay, it
Okay.
means okay, every 1 minute or every 5 minutes, because by default it's 300 second mentioned. Okay, so it will check health check of auto scaling group. Got the point?
Yeah, got it.
Okay, so here you can see that new server is up and the same name is showing. Okay, and if I go with this IP, just let me check whether the same data is showing or not. Yeah, it's showing the same data. So here you can understand, if you are creating your environment, production environment with elastic load auto scaling group. Okay, then what auto scaling what auto scaling group will do, whenever you required extra amount of resources, then it's automatically gonna up with the same type of app, application or data which you have installed in particular server or particular instance. Okay, so I have been installed that http package in the service server when I am creating that group, auto scaling group. Okay, when I am creating auto scaling group, launching configuration, I have been installed that Apache. Okay, so that's the reason whenever a new instance will come, then that service will be by default installed by the auto scaling group. Okay, so if you try to shut down, let me try both. Let me terminate both instance. Then again, two instance will be automatically up by the auto scaling. So here I'm terminating both of the server. So it's terminated. Okay, now just check whether an instance is getting up or not within a 1 minute. So here you can see that one server is now again initializing. Okay, after a few seconds, that another will also gonna up. Okay, so this is the auto, it's all about the auto scaling. Okay, now come to the load balancing. Okay, so I already told you, described you about the auto scaling. Okay, so I will also integrate with auto scaling and load balancing, okay, simultaneously. So after a few more minutes, I'll configure the both one in one. Okay, so now let me check whether the same data is available or not, because one server is up now. Okay, so this is the same data is showing. Okay, so this is all about auto scaling. Okay, now come to the load balancing. Okay, so what is load balancing and how many types of load balancing? Okay, so these type of thing we will learn in load balancing. Okay,
Sorry, can you repeat the section about the alarm, please?
sorry,
Can you repeat the section about the alarm?
alarm.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
So right now, actually, we have a separate section for the alarm also, that CloudWatch. Okay, so we will configure alarm. Okay, SNS, simple notification service. Let me briefly tell you. Give me a moment. Okay, so we will cover that SNS service now. It means that having we have a separate class. Okay, in that we will cover SNS, how to create a SNS, how to create a notification, or how to create a alarm. Okay, using CloudWatch. Okay,
Okay.
so don't worry about these things. Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's okay.
okay, so here you can see that. Let me brief once again. Okay, here you can see that when you configure that auto scaling group, there are multiple things have been created. Okay, it's showing the detail about your auto scaling group, that activity history. It will tell you the activity history, what type of, when and that new instance has been created, and when it's terminated. Okay, it's about the all about the history. Okay, that auto scaling history. Okay, and now come to the scaling policy. It's showing that about the scaling policy, what type of scaling policy you have been mentioned here. Okay, so I have been mentioned the target tracking policy. Okay, it's showing that instance, it's showing that instance, how many instance you have been created, 2 instance. Okay, that minimum size I have been mentioned, it's showing 2 instance and the condition is healthy. So you are talking about the alarm. Okay, so this is the monitoring server, CloudWatch. Okay, so this is the basic monitoring it's doing. You can do with the CloudWatch, but here I haven't enabled, so that's the reason it's nothing is showing. Okay, and it's not going to send any notification. So here you can see that in notification section, so you can create a notification for this. What is what notification, what will do, it will send you the notification on your mail ID whenever it's adding new instance and whenever it's removing new instance. Okay, so you will get us notification. Okay, so here you can see that in notification, if you want to enable, then you can simply save, then I'll get the information. Okay, so I don't need required, it's a paid service. Okay, got the point? Can we move to the next topic?
Yeah, it's okay. I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, one question, Niftagar. So once the initial server is shut down and it will create one more server, right? So at that time, the EBS will also automatically created, right? Or
Yes,
so whatever.
automatically.
So
Okay,
everything will be reflected same in the new server.
exactly same, because here you already seen that. Okay, whenever 1 second, in initial stage, 1 second, come to the instance. Okay, so in initial stage, that automatically created 2 server, like this server or this server. Okay, Okay, I have been terminated both one. Then what auto scaling did, it's automatically created two server. Okay, and the both the data whatever I have mentioned in auto scaling group, that is only reflecting or here also. Okay, so whatever the volume size I have been mentioned in initially, that volume size is only attached to the new instance. Okay, so it's not a difference, that it will as it is, it means it will create new instance as it is, there is no difference. Okay, got the point?
Hello.
Yeah,
As you
got it.
mentioned the hi. Hello. As you mentioned the maximum instances 4, right? How the count works? I mean, like
Okay,
you already. Okay.
okay, I'll tell you the thing. Okay, so for that you have to install a one package. Okay, it means that it's CPU utilization, we have mentioned that 70% of utilization. Okay, of resource, whenever your CPU utilization goes above the 70%, then that will be work. Okay, then the automatically third instance will be up. If both CPU utilization goes 70%, then what auto scaling will do, it will add one more instance. Okay,
I
got
mean
the
3.
point?
I mean 3,
Yeah,
right?
third
If
one.
it's
Yeah, third one. And again third one, CPU utilization is more than 70%, then again it will up fourth one CPU. Okay, but again if the fourth one instance having the 70% or above 70%, then it will not gonna increase your instance. Why? Because you have been set that limit.
okay. Okay. So what it's gonna.
Mhm.
Okay.
Got the
Okay.
point?
Yeah. Yeah. Got it.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Actually, I have a small
Yeah,
doubt. Like,
but how about
Mhm. Yes, tell me.
yeah, when the like instance got terminated, the auto scaling will pull up the one more instance, right? Like create, launch new instances.
Mhm.
When instances got like stop status,
Hmm?
then
Then
also it
also
will.
exactly, then also it will pull one more instance.
So when it will be terminated or when it will be stopped, I didn't get the difference between these two at this case.
No. Actually, terminated, it means why I have been chosen terminated, because I cannot put a much load on this server. Okay, so for the demo purpose, I have been terminated that instance. Okay, it's not gonna terminate it or it's not gonna stop. Okay, it's gonna in production server, it's gonna down. Okay, your server is down. Okay, and your server gonna uh, reach extra threshold. Okay, it means that whatever the amount you have mentioned in auto scaling group, that resource utilization like CPU utilization or memory utilization, you have mentioned that 70% or 60%, that is up, then the new instance gonna create. Okay, it's for the demo purpose I have chosen that terminate and stop. You can choose that one. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, any other, I think having some doubt also, anyone? No.
so?
So
Yeah, for every time it will change the public IP, right?
yeah, every time it will change the public IP.
So if there is PHP installed in that, so how it will reflect that public IP in that PHP?
Actually you can for the public IP, actually we will go with the elastic. You can assign elastic IP also. Okay, why? Because here I already told you, we will configure that load balancing and auto scaling. Okay, in simultaneously. Okay, we will clap both of the resources within 1 second, in one. Okay, so in that case what you will gonna do, you will attach the, you will create one instance. Okay, and you will attach a elastic IP address to that instance, and then you have to add that instance into the load balancing. And okay, and what you need to do, load balancing in load in after that, after configuring load balancing, you are gonna add load balancing to auto scaling group. Okay, so whenever you require new instance, then it will create new instance, but it's not gonna change that IP address, because it's work on your new instance is on uh, it means that load balancing. Okay, so that is very difficult functions. Okay, so when you do work in production server na, then you will use that both of the resources in one section. Okay, So like that you can use that elastic IP also. Got the point? I'll
Yeah, got it.
do the practical that you can easily understand. Okay. So if now come to the new topic, that load balancing. Let me configure load balancing. Okay. After that you can able to see. So for the time being, I'm just deleting configuration. Okay. Again, I'll configure if it is required. It's required, but again, I'll configure. No issue. So let me delete. Once you delete, if you here you can see that the error message, you cannot able to delete. Why? Because firstly you have to delete that group. Okay, that auto scaling group, then only it's you can able to delete that configuration. Okay, so let me delete auto scaling group. So both are deleting, and here you can see that that instance is also going turned off automatically, because that instance is running by the auto scaling only. So that's the reason when you deleted that auto scaling group and auto scaling, then this instance automatically goes down. If you want to delete this instance from here, then you cannot able to delete, because whenever you are terminating instance, then the new instance will be up. You already have seen that. Okay. So now come to the load balancing. Okay. So let me discuss few theory about the load balancing. Okay. Then we will go to the practical. Okay. So here you can see that what is load balancing, ELB, elastic load balancer. Okay. So here you can see that elastic load balancing distribute incoming application or network traffic across multiple target, such as Amazon EC2 instance, container, and IP address in multiple availability zone. It means what elastic load balancer doing, it's dividing the incoming traffic to multiple instance, multiple containers. Okay. So that so that the traffic load is one instance is goes down. Suppose you have a two instance. Okay. And yeah, that capacity, one instance capacity is receive 100 of hits per second, and another also having 100 hits of per second. Okay. And at the same times, okay, the 100 users of accessing your website, then what will we do? That elastic load balancer dividing that traffic to both of the instance. Okay, 50 hits on one instance and 50 hit to another instance. Okay, so that is the main uses of elastic load balancing. Okay, so there are three type of elastic load balancers: application load balancer, network load balancer, or classic load balancer. Okay, so we will discuss about the application load balancer. One second, let me discuss about the theory firstly, then we will go with the image. Okay, so here you can see that in application load balancer operates at the required request level 7. It means that application load balancer works on layer 7. It means OSI layer. Okay, so I believe you already aware about the OSI layer. There that having the 7 layers. Okay, so that's 7 layers. So application load balancer works on that layer 7 application layer. Okay, so okay, it's routing the traffic to target EC2, either it's EC2 instance or container IP also. Okay, so that that application load balancer use two protocols. It means HTTP or HTTPS only. Okay, so this application load balancer can support only two protocols, that is HTTP or HTTPS. Okay, this is path based routing policy. Okay, so by the image you can understand. Suppose this is yours. Okay, server is installed your EC2 instance. This is target 1. Here you can see that the target group na, the target 1 and target 2. It means there are two CPU available in this target group, and there are 5 CPU, it means instance available in second target group. So what load balancer do, whenever anyone want to access your website, then load balancer will divide that traffic to your instance. Okay, so here you can send that, see that listener. Okay, what is listener? Listener is that HTTP or HTTPS. Okay, that is only. Okay, because that application load balancer is work on HTTP or HTTPS only. Okay, so then listener will be route the traffic as per the it means what amount of it means it divide the your traffic to the multiple instance, whatever the instance you have mentioned in load balancing. Okay, so this is all about application load balancing. Okay, now come to the network load balancing. Okay, and this is a simple it means that load balancing application load balancing is a simple. Okay, and it's a cheaper. Okay, so if you have a small database, okay, and you have a small website, then you can go with the application load balancer. Okay, and if you now come to the network load balancer, a network load balancer is a functional at the fourth layer. It means on OSI model layer, it's work on fourth layer, it means transport layer. Okay, it support TCP, UDP. Okay, and SSL also it's supporting. Okay, this is a extreme performance, it means wherever you require that extreme performance type work, then you can go with the network load balancer. It is a very costly. Okay, so most of the organization using application load balancer only. Okay, some of the cases they using network load balancing. Okay, so this is the about network load balancing. Okay, now talk about the classic load balancing. Okay, this is the very basic class load balancing. Okay, so in 2016, before 2016, that classic load balancer is used only. Okay, there are two load balancers are available in AWS before 16, network load balancers and classic load balancer. After 2016, that AWS have introduced that application load balancer. Okay, so classic load balancer supporting both protocol TCP, UDP. Okay, and HTTP also. Okay, HTTP or HTTPS both. So we will separately do the lab that you can easily understand. Okay, so I'll configure that application classic load balancer. Okay, first. So when you click on load balancing, okay, create load balancer. Here you can see that also it's all about the what is application load balancer, what is network load balancer, and what is classic load balancer. Here you can see that it's showing the previous generation. Okay, it support HTTP, HTTPS, and TCP. Okay, so this is very older version. Okay, so nowadays it's not in I think used. Okay, so most of the organization using that HTTP and HTTPS only. Okay, and in extreme performance, if company having, then they go with the network load balancing. So today we will cover classic load balancing or application load balancing, because this is the paid service. Okay, so I'll not go with this. Okay, so create that classic load balancing. Okay, so this is the put the load balancer name, classic ELB, elastic load balancer. Okay, this is showing that VPC. So okay, and here you can see that create an internal load balancer. So I am not creating internal load balancing, because I want to use this load balancer for the external also, on internet also. Okay, so I'm not going with this. Okay, here it's asking to select protocol. So HTTP is already selected. You can select HTTPS also, but here I'm not selecting. Why? Because if you select HTTPS, then you have to add a SSL certificate. Okay, so that is the main thing. So I'll go with the HTTP only. Next. Okay, so it will not take that alphabet. Okay, a special character. Okay, so now it's asking to choose security group. Okay, so let me choose demo. Okay, here you can see that error message. Okay, why it's showing that warning message? That is showing about the HTTPS. You haven't selected, so that whatever you are creating, it's not a secure. Okay, that type of message showing. Okay, let it be Okay, now here you can see that it's showing that health check. Okay, so HTTP I have been selected, so that's the reason it will check HTTP health check only. Okay, and I'm monitoring that index path is by default index.html. Okay, here you can see that response timeout 5 seconds. Okay, if something happened to the instance, then that will be timeout will be show on browser is 5 seconds. Okay, interval timing, it means by the interval of 30 seconds it will check health check. Okay, it will check health check of the instance. Okay, unhealthy threshold, here 2 seconds, I believe it is 2 seconds. Number of consecutive health check failure before dictating an EC2 instance unhealthy is a 2 seconds. Okay, and healthy threshold is 10 seconds. Okay, so now it already has been configured. I am not changing. Okay, so there is no now it's asking to add target. Okay, here I haven't created any EC2 instance, so that's the reason it's not showing. Okay, next, add the tag name classic ELB. Review and create, it's saying about the all the things whatever you have mentioned in configuration. Okay, so now click on create. Now classic load balancer has been created, but I haven't sent any target. Okay, so you have to now create a target group. Okay, you have to create a target, and then you have to add your instance in target group, then only that traffic will go through with the load balancer. Okay, so let me create target group. It's asking for the name classic TG target group. So you can target the instance also, IP also, and load lambda function also. In theory, I already told you about this. Here you can see that here elastic load balancer distribute incoming application on network traffic across a multiple targets such as EC2 instance, container, or IP address. Okay, in different availability zone. Okay, so here you can see that the target group, you can target the instance also, IP also, lambda function also. So here I am using instance because I am just I'll target instance only. Okay, that protocol is HTTP and the port number is 80. That HTTP is port number is 80 only. Okay, so here I have been used that default VPC. So that's the reason it's showing that default VPC. What I am monitoring, index.html. .html. Okay, let me check in advanced setting what is available. Okay, so again it's showing that about the health check. Okay, so just leave it by default. Okay, healthy threshold is 5 seconds. Okay, unhealthy is 2, timeout is 5, interval is 30 seconds, and success code is 200 because that HTTP success code is by default 200. Okay, so create. What is wrong with this? I have been put it wrong name, I think. Classic load balancer cannot be contain characters or not the letters again. Create. Close. Okay, so now you have I have been created a classic load balancer and target group also. Okay, but here you can see that description is showing. Okay, but when you go in target, there is no instance because I haven't added any instance yet. Okay, so now come to the instance section and let me create 2 instance in launch instance. So here I'm creating this instance. One instance is 1A US East 1A availability zone. Okay, and let me put some bootstrap script. Okay, let me copy. Every time it's required. So slash bin dash install httpd html desktop html. Okay, now click next. It's talking about the this is server one. Choose existing security group. You can create new one also. Then launch. So here I'm using the demo key. Launch instance. So it's creating. So I'm creating two instances. Okay, that I can show you how it's moving the traffic with the two instance. Okay, with the same thing. Okay, and in VPC section, I have been choosing the default, and now I am choosing that availability zone 1B. Okay, put the bootstrap and just change the. This is server 1. This is server. This is server 2. This is second server. Okay, this is put it as second server. Okay, next add all about the storage name. Choose security group. Okay, click on next, launch. So you can choose that same key, no issue. So here I have been launched second instance also. Okay, so that is under process. Let me check first instance whether whatever I have been put it in bootstrap script, it's working or not. Okay, so again something I did the mistake. Okay, so Apache is installed, but I believe it's not, that index is not created. Okay, so I need to take the remote. you can change the user data from here also. Okay, here you can see that change view or change user data, whatever I have been put it in boot script. Here you can see that also, but you whenever you want to change, you have to stop the instance. Okay, so then only you can able to change. Okay, so here you can see that what I did the mistake slash vr www.html index.html. I don't know exactly why it's happened. Okay, so now come to cd slash vr www.html. Okay, now vi x. Okay,
Sticker, one more question.
yes.
So if we launch a server through our scaling group, can we modify user data script?
No,
Okay.
because you cannot able to stop the instance now. Because whenever you gonna stop the instance, then automatically that another instance will up. Okay, so that is the main thing. Okay, and whenever
So,
you
how can we change the script
I'll
then?
tell you. I'll tell you. Okay, you can take a remote also like this. Okay, to particular instance. Okay, and the thing is, whenever you are accessing that auto scaling group, then you have to also add a elastic load balancer also. Okay, that it means that ELB. Okay, so whatever there are three type of load balancer available in ELB, whether you go through with the application load balancer or classic load balancer. Okay, so suppose this server is created by auto scaling group only. Okay, so if you want to change user data from here, then it's not possible. You have to take a console. Okay, and whatever you want to make changes, or if you want to install any type of application, then you can install from here. Okay, so this is server A. I'm just mentioned that, right? Done. Let me check data is showing or not. Okay, this is server 1. Okay, let me check another server having the same issue. Yeah, it's the same issue. I have to take this server console also. Now it's showing server B. Okay, so I have been created 2 servers. Okay, now what I am doing, I'm just adding these server in load balancer. Okay, and then you just check what reflection is created by the load balancers. Okay, so I have to add these load balancer in target group. Okay, then only it gonna work. Okay, so edit targets. Okay, now here you can see that 2 instances are showing. Okay, which I have been created, server 1 and server 2. Okay, if you add this, okay, add to register. Okay, now it has been registered. Save. Okay, so now come to the health check. I have been already set it. Okay, load balancer. instance. I have to add these instances here also. Okay, so now it's showing out of service. Okay, after a few moments it will up. Okay, it will show you in service. Okay, so it will take some time. So here you can see that it's showing in service. Okay, before that it's showing out of service. Now it's showing in service. Okay, so in description here you can see that one DNS has been created by the classic load balancer. Okay, by using this you can able to access both of the instance. Okay, and the traffic will divide on both of the instance. Here you can see that when I go through with the public IP, okay, then we can able to access only one instance at a time. Okay, so when we go through with the DNS, then here you can see that DNS. Is this DNS
Try without a record.
one
Just
ELB? One second, one second. Dot com. Okay, here you can see that now it's showing that server B. When you hard refresh, then sometime it will, here you can see that sometime it's showing server A, sometime it's showing server B. Why? Because it's routing the traffic on both of the server. Okay, so as per the, it means traffic. Okay, so sometime it's sending the traffic to the server A server and server B. Okay, and suppose if you shut down the server 1, then what will that load balancer will do? It will send the traffic only once, one server, while the another server is not getting up. Okay, so here you haven't added any auto scaling group, then what will we do? Then other server will not gonna up. Okay, for that you have to manually come on the screen. Okay, and manually you have to create a same type of instance, then only you can able to access. Okay, so for that you what you are doing, you are just configuring your load balancer with auto scaling. Okay, in that case only. Okay, so that here you can see that when you're refreshing that, sometimes showing A and sometimes showing B. But here I have been configured classic load balancer, it's not required. Okay, so it is a very older, so I'll go with the application load balancer. Okay, and after installing the it means configuring application load balancer, I'll attach that application load balancer to auto scaling group also, that you can see that if you are terminating any instance, then what happen, what changes is applied by the auto scaling group. Okay, so come to the load balancer.
So
Yes, tell me.
on which
Yeah, tell me.
So in classic load balancer, we don't want any target group, right? We can attach the instances.
Yes, you can.
There is not a purpose to create a target group until analysis is required for
Exactly.
load
Yes, exactly.
balancer. Okay.
Okay, anyone having any
Because
other issue?
and,
certificate classic load balancer, can we do that?
Sorry.
Or can we attach certificates for classic load balancer?
Yeah, we can attach HTTPS certificate. Okay, but it is on chargeable basis. Okay, and I believe it will take some time to give you that certificate. Okay, so that is the reason I'm not performing that thing. Okay, when you go through with the production server, then you can raise a request for the that certificate. Okay, and that will be provided by the AWS only. Okay. Yeah. Tell me, other having also issue, some doubts.
So on what basis it will go to server 2 and on what basis it will go to server 1? So we need to configure anything?
No, I haven't configured. Only I have, you have to mention that target group. Okay. So whatever the traffic is coming from the internet, it means you have launched a website, okay, and your application is running. Okay. So you doesn't know what are the user accessing your website. Okay. And you doesn't know about the traffic, what are the traffic is coming from which region, okay, and which location. Okay. So that load balancer only decide what amount of traffic need to route the traffic to the first instance or second instance. Suppose you are configure 2 or more instance on your it means for your website or for your application. Okay, that load balancer only decide. Okay, no need to go inside of that. It's completely depend on the load balancer which you have taken, whether application or whether classic or network, whatever you have been chosen. Okay. And for the auto scaling purpose, it means if your one server is goes down, why? Because that completely resource of both of the server resource has been utilized by the, it means that whatever the access is coming, that resource has been utilized up to 100%. That in that case you need to add one resource also. In that purpose you have to add this load balancer to auto scaling group. Okay, so I will add this load balancer to auto scaling group also. Okay, so here now I'm just deleting classic load balancer because it's not required, or I'll configure that application load balancer. Okay, and after that I'll add to that application load balancer to auto scaling group also. Okay, so here I'm just creating new load balancer. Okay, this is application load balancer, application ELB. Okay, so here also the same setting schema for internal purpose or internet. Okay, here you can go through with the IPv4 and IPv6 also. Okay, so if you want to use IPv4 and IPv6 both, then you have to choose DUS stack. Okay, but dual stack, but here I am using this just IPv4, so that's the reason. Okay, you can also use that HTTP and HTTP also. Okay, HTTPS. Okay, HTTP and HTTP. If you want to add HTTPS, then you have to again add the certificate. So that's the reason I'm not adding HTTPS. And the main thing, okay, here you can see that in availability network section, it's showing that in what VPC you want to deploy this load balancer. So here I want to deploy this server. It means load balancer in default region, and you have to select the availability zone also. Why? Because if you select another VPC, okay, then the traffic will route to that. Sorry, if you have to select VP availability zone also. Okay, wherever you have been launched your instance. Suppose I have been launched that instance in US East 1A and 1B. I have been launched two instances, and one is in 1A and one is 1B. If I select 1C or 1D, then traffic will not go through the not traffic will not reach to our instance. Why? Because that is completely different. So you have to always mind, you have to create the load balancer in that particular availability zone which you have created that instance. Okay, so here I let me choose both of the availability zone because I have a two server, and one is US East 1A and one is US 1B. Okay, now click on next. Okay, again it's showing HTTPS warning. Okay, and it's asking to choose security group. Okay, so I have already one target which I have been created for the classic load balancer. Okay, so let me use this target group. Okay, later we will change the name also. Okay, so here I am just targeting instance. Okay, you can target that to IP lambda also. Okay, and HTTP also. Okay, this is the same thing. Okay, now come to the advanced section. What is showing that health check only showing, I believe, traffic port and health check. Okay, so let it be as it is. Okay, port number is 80. Next, review and create. Now it has been created. Okay, So it has been created. Listener monitoring, monitor here. I haven't configured any monitoring part, so it's not showing. Description in DNS is showing. Let me check target group. Okay, whether the instance are added or not. Here you can see that 2 is already added, which I have been added initially. Okay, so let me refresh. Let's check whether it's working or not. If it's not working, then we will create new target group also. Okay, this is ARN number, Amazon resource number, and this is the DNS name. Okay, which is created by application load balancer only. So just check whether it's moving traffic or not. Not moving because it's not working. Let me delete this DG. And again, I'll create new one. Target group, delete target group, classic, target group, AMI, AWS, Elastic, load balancing, USS by listener or rule. Okay, so it's, let me add it. Remove. I have been remove. Delete. Again showing delete classing because I have been mentioned in Elastic load balancer. Okay, target group. Okay, now again let me add both of the instance. Okay, why? Because it's adding automatically because I have been mentioned in Elastic application load balancer. Okay, so that's the reason it's adding automatically. Let me check. Target is showing healthy or not. It's initial. It's still initial. It will it need to be healthy. Okay, then only you can able to access. Okay, so let me check up. Wait for a few minutes. It's gonna healthy or not, because if I want to access, it's showing that same thing. Okay, now it's showing that healthy. Before that it's initial. Okay, now let me check. No, it's not accessible. Okay, so I need to delete load balancer again, and then I'll create a new one. I can edit also, but better I have to delete, and I'll create new one, both the target group and load balancer. Okay, it has been deleted. Now come to the load balancer, create application load balancer. It's work on HTTP and HTTPS only. Okay, put that same name, application ELB instance IPv4 listener. Okay, I have to choose that availability zone, US East 1A and 1B. Next, security group. Next, name. Okay, it's saying that because here now here you can see that there is no target group, so that's the reason it's not showing any target group. Okay, now let me put the name application TG target group. Okay, so instance here I am monitoring. Okay, path is index.html. Okay, this is all about traffic health check. Next, it's asking to add the, for instance here I am just registering. Add registered. Okay, next review and create. It has been created. Okay, now come to the target group. Okay, let's check. Target is now initial. Once it's healthy, then only I can able to access. Okay, it's initial only. It's initial state. It's initial state. Okay, once it's healthy, then only you can able to access. Okay, it's taking time because I have to change that time interval. It made that 5 minutes set by default. So that's the reason it's taking time. Okay, if you have any doubt, then you can ask me. Okay, while me.
Yeah, one question regarding that user data script. So you said like we need to log into first server and change the user data script, right? When we go with like auto scaling configuration. So that code will not be reflected in others newly created EC2 instance. Right? So in that scenario, so what we need to do if the instances were launched by using auto scaling group?
No, actually the thing is, if you want to change data, one sec. So suppose if you want to change user data from here, okay. So okay, so what you need to do if you want to change here, you can see that it's here. You can see that it's showing that message. Okay, so to edit your instance user data, you first need to stop your instance. Okay, so in that case, what I need to do, there is only one option is left. You can take a SSH of that instance. Okay, and that you can go into the login into the server and add the whatever you want to add. Here you can see that, let me show you that thing also. Here what you doing in user data, you are here, you are, it means this is the initial state. Whenever you are executing any script, bash script, then you have to mention these things. This is that
No, no. So
mhm.
sorry. So I am asking like if the server was created by using auto scaling group, not like manually.
Okay, so you can change a data. Okay, and if you change, then that data will be reflect only. Okay, so once you create that server from the auto scaling, it's not the thing whenever you are it means set up that auto scaling, you need to put all everything at that time only. Okay, suppose you have created one server, okay, for your environment, okay, for your production server. Okay, so when you are creating, it's required to install HTTP Apache server. Okay, but after a month, after 2 months, it's required to install MySQL also. Okay, so what you need to do in that case, you have to take SSH only, and whatever you made changes in that, that will be reflect. Okay, so it will be reflect. Okay, no need to worry about that thing. Got the point?
So if we make changes in one server, it will be reflecting those changes in other servers that will be part of that auto scaling group. You are saying that, right?
Actually, for the learning purpose, I have been created two server. Okay, in that time. Okay, but in production server, you are not going to add two server at the same time. Okay, you have to go with the only single server. Okay, so in some cases, you have to create two or more server for the same website or same application. Got the point? For the demo purpose, why I have been created two server, because you can easily understand what you are doing and what the output is coming. Okay, for the better understanding purpose, I have been created two server. Okay, you have to, whenever you are configuring your website or any application, or you are doing your work from the scratch. Okay, then you have to it means mind these things you have to create, because whenever you are configuring new server, then the your team will assign you the server instance size is this. Okay, now they will not gonna say you have to create two server for the same thing. Okay, it's not a productive work. Okay, for the better output, okay, instant output, here I have been created two or more server. Okay, got the point?
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Okay, so now let me check whether my ELB is up or not. No, still initializing. It's healthy. No, let me check. No, not moving the traffic. Why? Because why it's not moving the traffic? Let me check. It is in same 1A US 1A and U East US East 1B. Okay, so the availability zone is same. Okay, okay. A load balancer. I have to. Okay, listener port is port 80 is enabled. Okay, description. This is the DNS only. Why it's not working? No issue.
Can you check security group rules?
I'll check 1 second, 1 second. Because by default I have been selected HTTPS. Oh, sorry, demo that existing. It's healthy. Okay, that 300 second. Load balancer listener description. US subnet 1A 1B. Subnet hosted security group for the demo SG. That having port HTTP and HTTPS is already enabled. Not accessible. Okay, not accessible. Assist 1A 1B. Yes. OTT. Again, it's taking. Okay. Training. Let me check once again. Okay, if it's not, then tomorrow classes we will do, because I have to do this. I have to add application load balancer in auto scaling group also. Then it will take time. Okay, and I believe the time is already up. 19. It's draining. Okay, so guys, can I wrap up for the day? Okay, today I'm just wrapping, and tomorrow I'll cover that application load balancer with auto scaling. Okay, and I'll cover that S3 also. Okay, that S3 is a simple storage service provided by the AWS. Okay, so I'll check also why it's not working. Okay, so for the troubleshoot it will take time. Okay, so I'll tell you why it's not tomorrow. I'll tell you why it's not working. Okay, if
Yeah.
anyone having any doubt, then you can ask me. Okay, and why it's not working, I'll tell you tomorrow also. Okay, if I gonna troubleshoot, then it may take time. Okay, so later I'll do on myself. Okay, and I'll tell you what happened with this. Okay, anything else? No.
I'm good.
I'm
Okay, okay, thank you everyone. Okay,
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
welcome,
Thank you.
bye.
Thank you.
మా థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ నువ్వే అంటావు. అయిపోయింది అయిపోయింది.